What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we're here today with a review for Sistas Season 3, Episode 22, and the episode was titled A Woman's Work. So before we go ahead and get to the review, guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, that means you guys are doing me a big favor by stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and share the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's get into the Sistas, shall we? So, you guys, I hope that the audio is better on this video. I think I pinpointed what the issue is. So right in front of where I usually, because I'm still in the same area where I film, but I've moved the camera and the light so the way it's not facing the wire, the router for the Wi-Fi. I think that might be the root cause of what the issue is. If not, we'll figure something else out. But let's go ahead and discuss Sisters, shall we? So this episode, we pick up where we left off in the last one. You guys remember in last week's episode, you remember Hayden pulled up to the house that Zach had just purchased, right? And, you know, he was questioning Zach about the insider trading stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, so Hayden is literally doing this because he got rejected by Fatima, which, dude, move on. You know, one thing I will say, you guys, this was a great finale, especially that ending. I cannot wait to get to the end of the review because I got a lot to say. But yeah, Hayden is doing all of this because he got rejected by Fatima, right? If I was Zach, I would have been like, you know what, nigga, you got to square up because then you about to fight. Because Hayden is just doing a whole lot, right? So Hayden tells Zach, so you and I can make a deal. And Zach was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, if you leave Fatima alone, I'll drop it. Hayden, even if he leaves Fatima alone, Fatima has told you in no uncertain terms, she doesn't like you like that. Like, literally, she does not like you. So I don't know why you're doing this, but yeah. Then we move over to, you know, Club Eden, right? That dress that Sabrina had on, that dress was loud as hell and ugly. So Sabrina got pulled up on stage by, you know, Fuego, right? So, you know, Fuego's dancing with her and she's acting all uncomfortable. I'm just like, oh God. So then, you know, she gets back off stage and she sits down with the ladies and they were trying to cheers to some stuff, right? And they said, Karen, you know, you gonna cheers? I'm not drinking, y'all. And they were like, you could at least cheers. I'm not drinking. Karen, we get it, girl. You and that wig are not drinking, right? So they ask her, so is this, you know, they think that this might have something to do with, you know, Aaron. Nah, it ain't Aaron. She says, no, it's not Aaron. It definitely ain't Aaron. So then Andy apologizes to Karen for earlier what happened at the office, right? Okay, so then, you know, she was like, well, you should invite, did you invite Fatima? She says, and, you know, Andy says, Fatima who? She says, yeah, who's Fatima? Andy's a fake ass person. Like, oh, the fact that Andy was having this deep ass conversation with Fatima at the office. Now you out with your girls and you talking to Karen and you pretending as if you don't know who Fatima is. Blows my mind. You should invite her, you know, because y'all are friends and she's going to be around. So you should invite her. And so she said, let me text her. Danny says, I know you're not texting her. She probably is. As dumb as Andy is, she probably is, right? So then, you know, Fuego comes back down. You know, Karen leaves to go to the bathroom. And Fuego comes down and he's talking to the girls, right? And, you know, not Karen, but it's Sabrina, it's Andy, and it's Danny, right? So Fuego is telling Danny, you know, like, I've been trying to get at you since college. And she was like, man, no, you haven't. They was like, yes, he has. She says, and nobody told me. She says, we tried to tell you. He says, yeah, you weren't checking for me because I was fat. She says, I was fat too. He says, exactly. That's why I thought we would connect with each other because we were both fat. So you thought because she was fat and you was fat that y'all would just, okay, two fat people in the bed together, huh? I guess. So then he tells her, you know, hey, after my next set, me and you should hang out. She's like, nah, I don't know about that. And Sabrina and Andy say, girl, go for it. Because, you know, we'll leave you alone. Go ahead and go for it, right? So then, yeah. So then Sabrina went ahead one step further, and she kind of mentioned the situation that is going on currently with Danny and with Preston and that cousin of his. So we're gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward. All right, you guys. Next up, we see Zach. So Zach made it over to Fatima's crib, right? So you guys remember Zach told Fatima he had some stuff to talk to her about. She was like, you kept me waiting. He was like, it ain't what you think, Fatima. So he tells her, hey, Karen is pregnant. She's like, really? He says yes. So she says, how do you feel about that? He don't really know how to feel, right? She says, is she keeping it? He says, yes. Then she says, well, is it yours? He says, I mean, all the people she was with was me and the pastor, and they ain't been together that long. Now, I did see a tweet earlier this week, right, where someone was like, I can't remember which season it was, but I do remember this tweet said that Karen, at one point, Zach said that Karen was on birth control. Do you guys remember that? Because I don't remember that. I don't remember if they ever said Karen was on birth control. But hey, whatever. I still don't believe she's pregnant. But hey, it is what it is. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you guys remember that situation. So then he also tells her about Hayden and the money, right? He tells her how he got, the information about the stock tip. And she's like, oh, that's insider trading. He was like, yeah. She says, you know what? When it comes to Hayden, don't even worry about that. I'm handle that. He was like, really? She's like, yeah, you good. And Zach, you good. Oh, you good. You are so good, Zach. Y'all want to speed through this review so badly, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I really want to I just want to get to the end of the episode. But let's move on, you guys. Let's keep going. So we see Andy, right? So Andy tells the ladies that, she and Gary broke up. They're like, girl, what? You and Gary broke up? They'll get back together eventually. Don't worry about it. So Andy, Karen, and Sabrina are going to leave. Now, the reason why she told them that her and Gary broke up is because she was texting someone else. I'm going to assume she was texting Robin, but that's how that came up. So, yeah, they all left and leaving Danny there to, be with Fuego. So then we see Andy. So Andy took her ass over to Robin's room, right? I'm like, oh my God, here we go again with this situation, right? And she says to Robin, I thought you were leaving. Same question I've had for a while. I thought Robin was leaving, but Robin says, he had some issues with his plane. She was like, oh, well, you can get another flight. He says, no, it's my plane. She's like, your plane? He was like, yeah. Then he tells her he owns the company. She's like, but if you have your own plane, why did you take that divorce case? He said, because I own the company. And he wanted to meet Andy. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Wouldn't be, yeah. That's creepy to me. When you literally just sit and think about it, that's kind of creepy. So you knew about Andy and you took this case to be close to get to know her. Don't sit right with me, right? So Andy, and it doesn't sit right with Andy because Andy's situation, Andy's thing is the fact that she doesn't want, I guess, in a sense of, she doesn't want it to look like the cliche boss and client boss relationship, the boss employee relationship. Girl, I already crossed that line when you slept with the man. You crossed that line a long time ago. So, girl, it is what it is. He says, he didn't tell her that because he didn't want her to look at him differently. Still, you guys crossed that line way too long ago. You guys crossed that line way. We crossed that line a long time ago. Because even if it wasn't a boss and employee, it's still two employees that were hooking up with each other. So yeah, we've crossed that line. We've been since crossed that line. But we're gonna move forward, you guys. So we see Danny and she and Fuego, they went back to her place. And I thought she and Fuego was supposed to go to another restaurant or another bar, but somehow they ended up back at her apartment. And Fuego, oh God, the men of Sistas. The men of Sistas, a lot of them beg the women. They beg and they beg and they beg, and it just bothers my spirit, right? Because I mean, Danny is telling Fuego, you gotta go. Fuego's like, can I stay for a bit? I'm like, Fuego. She said no. Take no take no and just get the fuck out, right? So then he starts dancing for her, and that's that. So then we move over to the bank where Maurice and Sabrina are, right? Ain't nobody in the bank but Maurice and Sabrina. So then she asked him, did Q come? Did he come to the police station? He says no. She says, see, I knew he didn't. He says, but he came to my apartment. She says, see, I knew that as well, Maurice. Sabrina, shut the up. So she asked him, did he steal anything? He says, no, he didn't steal anything. He just wanted to talk and wait for the police. And they arrested him. She says, well, Maurice, he's not your dad. He was like, what are you talking about, my daddy? What about my daddy? She says, well, when you're in a hospital, I talked to your mom. He says, well, what did she say? She says that, she hopes you get better soon. He says, no, she didn't. She says, she probably said, because of my lifestyle, I got what I deserved. No, Maurice, she didn't say that. Okay, Maurice, she did say that. So then, she says she said he's not his father. He says, mind your business. And then he walks off, and then he runs to the back. I'm like, what a dramatic exit, Tyler. So then, Fatima, we see Fatima. So she got a phone call from Robin saying that, he and Andy will be going out for breakfast, and they have a client that they're going to close on, right? She says, y'all think I'm stupid. Y'all been screwing all night, right? So then Zach comes out, and, she tells Zach, hey, Zach, when it comes to Hayden, you ain't got nothing to worry about, buddy, because I got this. Oh, I'm going to handle that shit. I'm going to handle that lightweight. And this ever. Okay, you guys, we almost there. We almost there. This was a good episode. You know what? Sistas, this finale was so much better than the Ovals finale. Because I am enjoying this finale. The Ovals finale, I just got through it just for the video. But this one, I literally enjoyed every second of it. Especially the Zach and Fatima stuff. So good. So, we move back over to that empty ass bank. And Sabrina, Maurice, I'm sorry. And then Maurice is telling Sabrina about his dad, right? So his dad was on drugs. And, he told her a story about his dad, how they went to the movies one time and his dad left him in the theater to go get high. And he just watched the movie on repeat. I'm like, so nobody came in the theater and saw that a kid was in there? That ain't got nothing to do with me. So then he also tells her about Easter when they were going to do some paint the eggs, right? And he went downstairs and his dad was in the basement and his dad had himself, right? So he says, you saying that, Q is not my father. When you said that, it really made me think about some of the things that Q said that his father would say. So he thanks her for that, right? But then he has to go into reading her about her terrible clothes, her raggedy shoes, and her hair that looked like it got a piece of shit on it, right? I was like, damn, Maurice, tell her how you really feel, right? So then we move over to Danny. So Danny, I'm guessing that Danny and Fuego had sex because Danny has on her outfit ready to go to work, right? Fuego is in the bed in his drawers and she wakes that nigga up and tells him, you gotta go, right? So Fuego's like, I usually don't wake up until 3 o'clock. Well, she's like, you can wake up at 3 o'clock at your place, not here, your place. So as she's getting ready to escort Fuego out, she opens the door and who's at the door? Preston's at the door. She's like, oh, shit. I'm like, yeah, Danny, you did something stupid, right? I've been saying this for weeks. I think that Danny needs to have a conversation with Preston. Like, I really do think she needs to have a conversation with him and tell him what she's thinking and what she's feeling, right? So then we gonna actually know what, you guys. We're gonna pause here and we're gonna wrap the episode up. Oh, because it's gonna get good. All right, you guys. So remember, I told you that Andy went over to Robin's crib, Robin's hotel room, right? So she and Robin, they had sex, right? And she wakes up and she's like, oh my God, you let me sleep? He was like, yeah, you look so beautiful. I was like, oh God, here we go with that cliche ass shit, right? So he says, and I called Fatima and I told her that, you and I had a client that we were dealing with. She's like, you told her that? She's gonna assume that I was here with you. Okay, and what's your point? She already, you already told her pretty much everything, so what the hell? Girl, go to hell. Andy is annoying. And then she's like, oh my God. And then I have to go to work I have to do the whole stroll with my club clothes on. Well, nobody saw you at Eden from the office. So I think you're fine. What would have been nasty is if you had kept that same dress on that you wore to work earlier that day, then you went home, got into it with Gary, then you went and had sex with Robin in that same dress, didn't wash your whatnots, and then you went back home. Now that would have been nasty if you had done all of that, went to work in the dress, came home in the dress and got into it with Gary, left Gary and got it in with Robin and Gabrielle, then went back home and got ready for the club. Now that would have been nasty if you had kept that dress on and then went back to him and then had sex with him again and didn't wash your whatnots. And now you got to do the whole stroll. That would have been nasty. That would have been nasty. So then, he was talking about the fact that, they want to have sex with each other, right? And he tells her, we would like to do it again. And she was like, who is we? And I was thinking the same thing. Who is we? So we see a door open. I'm like, oh, that must be Miss Gabriella. Gabriella, what the hell, whatever the hell her name is. I was like, it must be her. I was wrong. It wasn't that girl. The person that came out that door was none other than Gary. I was like, oh shit, what is going on here? Gary? So did y'all set this up? But how? Interesting, right? So then the best part of the episode, the end. Oh my God. So we're going to put this phone down because, baby, I don't even need them notes. So let me set the scene. So we in the parking garage of Andy, Fatima, and Hayden's office, right? So Hayden goes and gets in this ugly ass car, right? He opens his door. He gets in the car, right? Fatima, she walks out there, badass, right? Opens the door, sits down. He like, so you sitting in my car. Yeah, I know I'm sitting in your car, Hayden. So I guess that, me telling you that I'm gonna tell the partners about you spying on my phone, that don't scare you. It don't. So I guess me asking you to leave me alone, that ain't gonna stop you. It ain't. Okay, Hayden, I got one for you. So Fatima goes in her bag, pulls out some brass knuckles and put them on. He's like, oh, so you put on some brass knuckles. She was like, yeah, I am. Pop, pop, pop. She just popping that ass. I'm like, yeah, come on, Fatima. He says, stop hitting me, Fatima. Stop hitting me. I hit you. And he pops her. And she's like, that's what I wanted, nigga. That's what I wanted, nigga. That's what I wanted. And she whistles. And she, one dude opens the door. Bing, bing, bing. Punching him. Another dude come on her drive on the passenger side where she is. Pulls her out. Bing, bing, bing. Just beating his ass. Fatima, Fatima, Fatima. It ain't no Fatima at this point, nigga. You getting that ass beat. Tyler. Thank you. That was a good way to end season 3. And now we're ready for season 4 on January the 5th. Man, when I tell you guys I enjoyed the ending of that episode, it was chef's kiss. Tyler, you did that. I'm gonna give you that one, Tyler. You did that shit. You did that. But you guys, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, you guys. And until the next one, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.